Have you ever felt like your dog just doesn't listen to you? That he does whatever he wants, whenever he wants, even though you think everything's fine between you two? Well, a lot of pet parents confuse affection with respect. And that can be a more common and more serious mistake than it seems. In today's video, we're going to talk about the signs that your dog might not be respecting you, even if you believe he is. And don't worry, by the end, we'll show you how to rebuild that respect. If you enjoy learning more about your pet's behavior and want to give them a happier, healthier life, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We post daily videos with high-quality content, created with care and responsibility for people who truly love cats and dogs. By subscribing, you help our channel grow and keep bringing content that really makes a difference in the relationship between pets and their humans. What is canine respect? Do you know what respect really means in the dog world? Unlike what many people think, respect has nothing to do with fear. A dog that respects their human isn't one that cowers or obeys out of intimidation. Quite the opposite. Respect for a dog means recognizing their human as a safe reference, someone who sets clear boundaries, but does so with affection and consistency. It's the kind of bond where the dog trusts, listens, and cooperates, not because they were forced to, but because they've learned that following you leads to good things. And when that respect isn't well established, certain behaviors start to show up. They're often ignored or seen as normal, but in reality, they're signs that something's off. Let's take a look at some clear signs that a dog doesn't respect their human. Ignores basic commands. This is one of the clearest and most overlooked signs that a dog doesn't respect their human. If you call them, ask them to sit or come to you, and they simply don't respond, it's not just stubbornness. It's a sign that they don't recognize your authority. Many pet parents assume the dog is just not in the mood. But the truth is, when the bond is strong and respect is present, dogs tend to respond to commands more easily, even in distracting environments. Of course, this also depends on training and consistency. But if your dog frequently ignores basic commands, especially at home, it might mean they see you more as a permissive companion than someone who sets boundaries and guides them. And just to be clear, we're not talking about advanced commands. We're talking about simple, everyday instructions that should be part of your routine. When those are ignored, it's a sign that respect needs to be rebuilt. Barks or growls at you when frustrated. This is a behavior that often scares pet parents, and with good reason. When a dog barks or growls directly at you, especially in moments of frustration, like when you take something away or stop them from doing something, it's not just an emotional reaction. It's a clear sign that they don't see you as someone who deserves respect or authority. Growling or barking during conflict is a form of communication in the dog world. It's how they set boundaries or push someone away. And when that behavior is directed at the human, it means the dog is trying to flip the roles. They want to call the shots, control the environment, and don't accept your interference. It's important to distinguish this kind of barking or growling from reactions caused by fear or pain. What we're talking about here are moments when the dog is frustrated because they didn't get what they wanted, and they respond with aggression or defiance. That shows they don't see you as a trusted figure, but rather as an obstacle. This kind of behavior can escalate over time if not addressed with firmness and balance. And more than just a disobedience issue, it reveals a flaw in the bond between dog and human. A dog that respects their person might get frustrated, but won't react aggressively. They learn to deal with limits because they trust the leadership they're receiving. Steals food or objects without fear of consequences. This behavior is more common than you might think, and many people see it as a funny little mischief. But when a dog grabs food from the table, steals personal items, or destroys things right in front of you, without showing any hesitation or concern, it's a clear sign that they don't respect your boundaries. A dog that acts this way is basically saying, through their actions, that they don't recognize you as someone who sets rules. They're not worried about consequences, probably because they've learned that there aren't any, or that they're inconsistent. And that's a problem, because the lack of clear boundaries can lead to increasingly challenging behavior. It's different when a dog does something behind your back, when you're not around. In that case, they know they're crossing a line, even if they choose to take the risk. But when they do it right in front of you, casually, it's because they don't see you as an authority figure. They act as if they have total freedom to decide what they can or can't do. This kind of attitude can also be a sign that the dog is taking on a dominant role in the household, deciding what belongs to them, what they can take, and when they can do it, without considering your presence or guidance. And over time, that can become a serious challenge in your relationship. Climbs onto forbidden places even after corrections. This behavior might seem harmless at first, even cute. After all, who hasn't seen a dog jump on the couch with that guilty little face, knowing they're doing something they shouldn't? But when it happens repeatedly, even after you've corrected them or made it clear that space is off limits, there's something more serious going on. When a dog climbs onto forbidden places, they're ignoring a clear boundary. And ignoring boundaries is a direct sign that they don't respect your authority as they're human. It's important to remember that dogs learn through repetition and consistency. If you say no once, but let it slide 3 other times, they'll understand that the rule isn't firm. And when they realize they can test those limits without consequences, respect starts to fade. This kind of behavior can also indicate that the dog is trying to take control of the household, deciding where they can or can't be, without considering your guidance. And that can lead to other behavioral issues, like possessiveness or difficulty following commands. How to rebuild respect. If you recognized any of the signs we've talked about so far, don't feel guilty or frustrated. The good news is that respect can be rebuilt, and it doesn't require harshness or severe punishment. What truly works is consistency, patience, and clear communication between you and your dog. The first step is understanding that respect isn't imposed, it's earned. And that process starts with small adjustments in your daily routine. Reinforce basic commands every day, even if just for a few minutes. Use rewards, praise, and positive reinforcement whenever they respond correctly. This helps build a healthy association between obedience and good outcomes. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. If you've decided the couch is off limits, keep that rule even when they give you that irresistible look. Dogs learn through repetition, and every time you give in, they learn that testing the rule might work. Another important tip is to become more engaging to your dog. Play with them, teach them tricks, be actively involved in their routine. The more connected they feel to you, the more they'll see you as a reference, someone worth listening to and following. And remember, respect isn't about control, it's about trust. A dog that respects their human is one who feels safe by their side, understands boundaries, and cooperates because they trust. Rebuilding that respect is absolutely possible, and it can completely transform your relationship. If you've made it this far, congratulations. Just by trying to better understand your dog's behavior, you're already taking an important step toward improving your relationship. Respect between pet and human doesn't happen by chance. It's built day by day with patience, affection, and well-defined boundaries. If this video helped you see your dog in a new light, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you know someone who's always saying their dog is stubborn or doesn't listen to anyone, share this video with them. It might be exactly what they need to understand what's really going on. Now tell us in the comments, which of these signs have you noticed in your dog? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.